beach. The killer went for the right carotid. He slashed it clean through across the neck, front to back. Once the victim was incapacitated, he went into a frenzy on the rest of the body. Cuts 1 to 2 inches deep, fast and furious. Just like the others. Uncontrollable rage, Rick muttered. Sri nodded. The weapon looks like it was 5 to 6 inch pointed blade. A buck knife, perhaps. So, he's back. I'd say so. Dr. Sri plunged a blade just below the victim's clavicle and sliced a diagonal line to the breastbone. His phone chirped with a text. Frank, get your ass over here. Meeting with Brass at Homicide. I gotta get to a meeting, Doc. Thanks for moving this up and getting it done first thing, he said. She looked up from her neat Y incision. We're not supposed to do that, but I know this could be an important case. You owe me one. He turned to leave. You'll get him, detective, she called after him. He'll slip up. They always do. Without turning, he raised a hand in acknowledgement. The question was, how many more victims would it take before the killer made that crucial mistake? We can't say the John killer is back without confirmation from the cops. Hamish rocked back in his chair, clasping his hands behind his head. This murder could be anything. Ingrid tried to avert her eyes from her editor's jaundiced armpits in his short-sleeved shirt. I don't think so. They're still not releasing any information other than a body was found, and they're investigating it as a possible homicide. I think they're scared of telling the public the serial killer they failed to catch is back on the loose. Keep pressing them. Write up the A matter and be ready to put the new top on it as soon as they confirm so we can get it out right away. Already done. I'm also thinking of going out tonight to interview hookers on Biscayne Boulevard, see if they've seen or heard anything. Hamish's phone rang. He sprang forward to pick it up, lowering his arms, much to Ingrid's relief. All right, he said. Just be careful out there. Ingrid drifted back to her desk and scanned through her notes from last year's articles. The cops had released little information about the case, other than they believed the killer was a man disguised as a female prostitute to lure his victims. No suspects had been arrested. The investigation appeared to have stalled. Then, after 4 murders in 3 months, the killings halted, shortly after Hurricane Carolina struck. A theory, wishful thinking perhaps, had circulated that the killer left Miami because of the hurricane and never returned. Several reporters and editors clustered at the newsroom window, which afforded a wide-angle view of Biscayne Bay. The MacArthur Causeway stretched to Miami Beach, past palm-studded Star Island where celebrities lived with their manicured backyards in full view of tour boats. Gleaming luxury yachts worth more than Ingrid's house bobbed around on the bay in their mooring buoys. It was that view that had made Ingrid want to move to Miami. After returning from a Miami Beach vacation to her job at a small New Jersey newspaper, she'd pestered the Star editor for over a year until a reporter opening came up. That was 2 years ago, and the panorama still enthralled her, especially on a sun-blasted day when the sea sparkled like a carpet of jewels. She crossed to her colleagues to see what they were looking at. A giant gray slug shape was gliding through the water close to the shoreline. A manatee, Florida's protected marine mammal, surfaced to take a breath, then resubmerged and headed serenely back into the bay. The observer